Good Friday evening and welcome to the NCWLIFE Evening News. I'm Grant Olson. Before we get to today's top news stories, let's take a quick look outside our weather window. And after another snowy overnight and some rain showers, taking a look outside that weather window, beautiful shot of the Wenatchee Valley from our cross camera at Wenatchee Heights. That's our Sky-Fi Tower camera. You can still see some low clouds hanging around this afternoon, but actually some blue sky too, and that allowed our temperatures to warm up throughout the day. Rain showers throughout the area, some rain following as we speak, and we do have more rain in the forecast, but what's also in the forecast, more snow, and we have seen a ton of snow in our pass areas, Snoqualmie and Stevens passes. So the Cascade East slopes, we could see avalanche danger. You can see the areas in dark red and orange just to the north and west of Wenatchee. That's where we will really see some heavy snow once again tonight into the overnight and once again on Saturday morning. We will talk much more weather coming up a little bit later on. And now a few of the stories we're following for you tonight. Grant County's Drug Task Force raided a Moses Lake home on Thursday for the second time in a little more than a month. The Douglas County PUD is getting pushback on its proposal to raise power rates on data centers by up to 55% over the next 5 years, and a Chelan County court settlement that would have paid back wages to thousands of migrant workers is on hold after a judge's order. But first, we begin tonight. As the snow arrived Thursday afternoon, so too did the reports of vehicle accidents. Beginning about 1:30, the calls started coming into Rivercom, and by late evening, law enforcement in the area had responded to 65 wrecks. Chelan County, Wenatchee, Douglas County, and East Wenatchee were responsible for 35 of those accidents. There were no reports of serious injuries in any of the wrecks. The wrecks were spread throughout the region, with East Wenatchee leading the way with 10. State highways also presented problems for drivers, with Highway 97 Blewett Pass between the Summit and Big Y the biggest problem area. Overall, the State Patrol responded to 30 accidents in the Wenatchee Valley. Problems with ice and snow continued into this morning, with the Quincy and Moses Lake school districts canceling classes and the Wenatchee and Cashmere districts starting 2 hours late. Well, Grant County's Drug Task Force raided a Moses Lake home Thursday for the second time in a little more than a month. The Interagency Narcotics Enforcement Team served a warrant at the home on Stanley Road. It's northeast about 5 a.m. and reported seizing an undisclosed amount of methamphetamine, cash, and a stolen 2005 Nissan Murano. Arrested for suspicion of possession of meth with intent to deliver in a school zone were 38-year-old Andrew J. Gilbert Jr. and 36-year-old Pete Lopez. Gilbert, a convicted felon, also was arrested in the November 10th raid after first attempting to flee on foot. Numerous drugs and weapons were also seized in that raid. The Douglas County PUD is getting pushback on its proposal to raise power rates on data centers by up to 55% over the next 5 years. The proposal's even more extreme for cryptocurrency users, jacking up rates by 110% by 2024. PUD manager Gary Ivory says it's necessary to help pay for shoring up earthworks on either side of Wells Dam. Opponents include Douglas County Commissioner Kyle Steinberg, who says the proposal would inflate operating costs for data processing centers like the Sabi Data Center near Pangbourne Airport.
I do know, having talked to some of the CEOs of some of these companies, that they have said that these rate proposals are not sustainable, and there will obviously be no more expansions. They will look to outside of the area for any further expansions, which is unfortunate because I know Sabi Data Centers have plans to build, I believe it is at least 6 more buildings, 140 acres worth of development. That creates a lot of great paying jobs, for the community.
PUD commissioners are expected to discuss the proposal at their Monday meeting, but no vote is likely to take place until next year. A Chelan County court settlement that would have paid back wages to thousands of migrant workers is on hold after a judge's order. Stamilt Ag Services was prepared to pay more than $80,000 to an estimated 4,300 Mexican H-2A workers employed as far back as 2015 for field tasks separate from orchard harvesting. But Columbia Legal Services, a nonprofit civil defense agency, says the settlement would exclude about 1,100 more workers who were not properly notified of the class action, in part due to an unreliable Mexican mail system. On Thursday, Superior Court Judge Leslie Allen refused to authorize the settlement, which would have also paid $93,000 in attorney's fees and administrative costs. No new settlement date has been scheduled. Well, coming up next, 8th District Congresswoman Kim Schreier says a holdup in appointments to a federal committee could cause problems for important projects in Chelan County. It didn't take long for the city of Ephrata to find a replacement for its departing city administrator. And Thursday was Ugly Sweater Day at Lee Elementary in East Wenatchee. We'll show you just how ugly. I'm Grant Olson, and you're watching the NCWLIFE Evening News.
People are really skeptical of our industry. They have been sold products, they have been sold policies they either don't need, don't understand, confusing. I understand that. We are more about the process and the people. Our SFG roadmap is designed to take care of all of those concerns. For those that have questions about their retirement, we would love the opportunity to sit down and chat with you.
At some point, we realized that value and practicality go hand in hand. A time when an unnoticed accumulation of items has become burdensome. These possessions still have value, but now lack usefulness. Donate your unwanted items to Goodwill and become a job creator. Your donations allow Goodwill to provide much-needed training to job seekers in our community. And that's pretty useful for everyone.
Make plans to attend the August 30th grand opening of the all-new Goodwill on Columbia Center Boulevard in Kennewick.
You love to help others. You need a solid career. You can have it all with help from Charter College. Our 10-month medical assistant program prepares you to work in healthcare settings like physician offices, rehab centers, and clinics. You'll learn to take patient vitals, assist with exams, administer injections, and maintain medical records. When you're ready to launch a rewarding healthcare career, visit chartercollege.edu because we work to get you to work.
Welcome back. In another news, 8th District Congresswoman Kim Schreier says a holdup in appointments to a federal committee could cause problems for important projects in Chelan County. Secure Rural Schools Title II funds are given to communities with large amounts of non-taxable federal land. That money is then used for a variety of project improvements on federal land in Chelan County, from Chelan Basin weed control to the Leavenworth Ski Hill. But the 12-member rural advisory committees that allocate those funds need to have 9 members present to make decisions. In a letter to Agricultural Secretary Sonny Perdue, Schreier joined with several other lawmakers in pointing out that 60% of the committees currently lack a quorum. Schreier said that has led to about $55 million in funds that have not yet been allocated. Well, it didn't take long for the city of Ephrata to find a replacement for its departing city administrator. The city announced today that the job will go to Police Chief Mike Warren. Current administrator Wes Crago was hired this week for the same role with the city of Spokane after 16 years with Ephrata. He will leave for Spokane in February. Ephrata will now be looking for a new police chief. Well, Thursday was Ugly Sweater Day at Lee Elementary School in East Wenatchee. Though there may have been some questionable fashion choices, the ugliest of sweaters couldn't hide the cuteness of the kids wearing them. You're watching the NCWLIFE Evening News. Coming up next, tonight's feature story and your complete local weather forecast. That and much more still to come on the NCWLIFE Evening News. Stay with us.
I'm Tom from Alpine Air Heating and Cooling. At Alpine Air, we think of ourselves as customer service-oriented retailers. When you make an appointment, please visit our store, meet our people, see our shop. We are serious about heating and air conditioning. Carrier and Alpine Air are offering huge factory rebates and financing options for all your needs. Turn to the experts at Carrier and Alpine Air. Call for your free replacement estimate. Heat and air, call Alpine Air, 662-6846.
Some jobs are a calling. They require something deeper, an innate devotion to the communities in which we live. At GISA Credit Union, we help you support local firefighters. With every purchase you make with a GISA Local Heroes Affinity debit card, we make a donation to select firefighter organizations. After all, we can never repay them, but we can do our best to help a little with the GISA Firefighters Affinity debit card.
Bring the whole family up to Stormy Mountain Brewing and local public house in historic downtown Chelan. Applewood smoked brisket, street-style tacos, and our award-winning barbecue rubs and sauces. Our meals pair perfectly with our exciting lineup of craft ales, made right here in Chelan. We've got room for big groups, or give us a call for catering. So grab the kids and check out the fun at Stormy Mountain Brewing and local public house located in the heart of Chelan.
Coming home should never be a chore. Let Merry Maids of Wenatchee customize all your cleaning needs. Weekly, bi-weekly, special occasion. Do you have a vacation home that needs cleaning? We clean them too. Locally owned and operated, let Merry Maids do the cleaning while you focus on your family and friends. Merry Maids has special offers to fit your budget. Request your free cleaning estimate today. 509-663-1710.
Welcome back to the NCWLIFE Evening News. Let's check in with NCWLIFE's Megan McPherson now for a look at what's happening around the valley for you to enjoy this final weekend before Christmas.
Here's a look at what's on tap this weekend around the Wenatchee Valley. Columbia Choral presents a Feast of Carols this Friday at 7:30 p.m. at the Numerica Performing Arts Center. The group has grown to a membership of more than 70 singers who perform 3 completely different concert repertoires each year, as well as appearing at various community functions such as Festival of Trees, Leavenworth Choral Festival, and more. Get your tickets at numericapac.org. Magical Strings Celtic Yuletide takes place this Friday and Saturday at the Icicle Creek Center for the Arts in Leavenworth. This festive gala of music, dance, storytelling, juggling, colorful costume, processional, and songs of the season will bring warmth and joy into the heart of winter. Get your tickets at icicle.org. The 29th annual Robert Dixon Christmas Dinner is this Saturday at 11 a.m. at the Masonic Lodge. This free Christmas dinner is open to everyone in the greater Wenatchee Valley. Everyone is encouraged to bring family and friends and enjoy the blessings of our community. Santa may drop by for a delicious Christmas dinner. And finally, join the Numerica Performing Arts Center this Sunday for 2 classic films for holiday movies on the big screen. White Christmas will be played at 4 p.m. and National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation will be at 7 p.m. Tickets are only $3 per movie. For more information on this weekend's events and others, visit the community calendar at ncwlife.com.
Time now for a check of your north central Washington weather forecast. And before we get to those details, let's take a look out our weather window and what happened since the start of the newscast. We did have some clouds move in, and that will be our situation as we move through the rest of the afternoon into this evening hours. We are seeing some clouds moving in because of a second wave of moisture that's moving in. Yesterday, with the snow and rain, was our first wave of moisture. Tonight, our second, and we'll get to that in a second. But with the clouds and everything around today, our temperatures just didn't get that warm. We thought we might make it into the 40s today. Just didn't happen. High temperature unofficially in the Wenatchee area today was 35 degrees, and that's still above where we should be. 31 is our normal high temperature for this time of year. As far as low goes, we were at 27 degrees overnight, and that's above where we should be as well. 23 is our normal low temperature for this time of year, and so that will go up as we still see some rain moving into the forecast. 50 degrees is our record high high. That was set back in 2004. Record low 7 below. It was a cold one back in 2008. Precipitation for today, that's actually since yesterday when the snow and rain began to fall. Almost 1/4 of an inch, 0.22 of an inch of moisture. That's just about 7 inches now for the year, which is still about a 1/2 inch below where we should be for this time of year. About 7.5 inches is normal from January 1st until now, December 20th. Sunrise this morning, 7:45. Sunset 4:12. But by tomorrow, it'll be 4:13. So we're going to start gaining some time. Remember, first day of winter coming up this Sunday. Let's take a look at how your Saturday will shape up now as we get into this final weekend before Christmas. Can you believe it? Boy, time flies, doesn't it? Temperatures tomorrow will be warm once again. Will we make the 40-degree mark? We'll have to wait and see, but I think we will as we clear out a little bit. 47 Moses Lake, 46 in Ephrata tomorrow, 44 for Quincy. Wenatchee, we will see 40 degrees as well as Eniat and Chelan, about 41 for you folks up in Omak. Taking a look at our surface loop now, we'll start with tonight and work your way right into Christmas. Tonight, cloudy skies, a 70% chance of rain. It could be heavy at times throughout our viewing area, all because of this atmospheric river of moisture that's been moving up the past couple of days, and it is aimed directly at the Pacific Northwest. As we get into the weekend, cloudy skies. I think our best chance for moisture will be tomorrow morning until about noon, a 50% chance for rain. It will stay on the warm side as we just showed you for tomorrow, with temperatures for most of us into the 40s. As we get into the end of the weekend on Sunday, still some clouds around, maybe an isolated shower or two. Most of that will continue to move to our east and down into California and southern Oregon, but we're still not ruling out about a 20% chance for isolated showers on Sunday. As we kick off Christmas week on Monday, mostly sunny skies. Temperatures will remain above normal. Keep in mind, normal is about 31 degrees. We will be in the upper 30s to near 40 for most of north central and eastern Washington. And then for Tuesday, our Christmas Eve, very quiet weather. We'll see mostly cloudy skies. It will be dry, but look at the blue. That's all 30-degree temperatures, and it's sliding down from Canada all the way down into the desert southwest. And as we move into Christmas Day, a very quiet day as well. We'll see a little bit of fog to start our Christmas Day, and then cloudy skies, lots of storm systems off in the Pacific, and a huge system once again in the Gulf of Alaska. But I just don't think it's going to bring us snow for Christmas, so our chances for a white Christmas, at least right now, pretty slim. Let's take a look now at your Patriot Plumbing Heating and Cooling 7-day forecast. There we go. 35, a very mild overnight tonight. Remember, as you kick off Saturday, could be raining out there. A chance for rain until about noon or so on Saturday, and 40 degrees. Mostly cloudy and mild on both Sunday and Monday, 37 your high temperatures. And then we cool down for Tuesday and Wednesday, a little bit of morning fog and 32 degrees. And by the time we get into the end of the forecast on Thursday, the day after Christmas, wouldn't you know it, cloudy skies with a 20% chance for rain or snow. And that's a look at your local weather forecast. Coming up next, tonight's sports report with Eric Granstrom and more as the NCWLIFE Evening News continues right after this.
It's estimated that 1/3 of Americans do not have a financial plan. At D.A. Davidson, their advisors are working to change that because they understand the importance of planning for the future. At D.A. Davidson, they believe in partnering together to build a strategy tailored to your needs. They spend the time and have the knowledge to help keep your financial future on track. Let D.A. Davidson Financial Advisors of Wenatchee put the strength of advice to work for you.
Come find your holiday gifts at Antique Mall at Cashmere this holiday season. With 15,000 square feet to explore, Antique Mall at Cashmere has something for everyone, from coin enthusiasts to avid collectors. For do-it-yourselfers, this is the place to find your next repurposing project. What a great way to make your holiday gifts for someone special, using your keen eye to make something old and new again. Discover your next holiday gift in the Antique Mall at Cashmere. Stop on by today.
Hi, I'm Ricardo, and this is Amanda, and we are from Impact Auto Sales,
where you can expect a hassle-free car buying experience. With our wide selection of used cars, trucks, and SUVs, let one of our friendly sales staff help you find the vehicle that fits your lifestyle. We have financing available for all credit types and great low rates for first-time buyers. Call us today at 888-8000 or stop by 3522 State Highway 97A in Wenatchee. Impact Auto Sales, where we strive to make an impact on your life and not your wallet.
AC Checker has new owners who put customer service first. When you have to get there on time, call fast, friendly, reliable AC Checker, 663-TAXI. AC Checker has the industry's only on-time or it's free guarantee. Conditions apply. Call AC Checker, 663-TAXI to schedule your cab or schedule online at acchecker.com. Call American Classic Taxi, 663-TAXI. That's 663-8294.
And now it's a sports update on the NCWLIFE channel.
And a happy Friday. Adverse weather caused some sports postponements last night, but the Caribou Trail League stuck to their schedule. Haley Van Lith scored 36 points to lead Kashmir over Okanagan 63-38. On the boys' side, Kashmir had no trouble downing Okanagan 73-46. They also got some prep wrestling done at Omak High School last night. Omak topped Chelan 29-28, and the Goats fell to Okanagan 42-36. Bulldogs topped Cascade 54-15, and the Kodiaks fell to Omak 48-36. Ephrata and Ellensburg's match was rescheduled to January 14th. Eisenhower at Wenatchee was canceled. On the wrestling schedule for today, Wenatchee's in Pasco for a multi-team meet. The Panthers will be in Yakima along with Cascade and Ephrata tomorrow for the Cadet Classic beginning at 9 o'clock in the morning. Eastmont's in Kitsap for the Hammerhead Invite today and tomorrow. Moses Lake is in Post Falls, Idaho for the Tri-State Invite both today and tomorrow. And Moses Lake and Quincy girls are at the Newport Tournament beginning tomorrow morning at 10 o'clock. Coming up on the prep basketball schedule for today, beginning on the girls' side, the early games will all begin at 5:45 with Wenatchee at Davis. Eastmont hosts West Valley. Moses Lake travels to Sunnyside. Quincy's in Wapato. Ephrata hosts Ellensburg, and Cascade plays at Omak. At 6 tonight, it's Liberty Bell at Manson. Waterville Mansfield hosts Soap Lake, and Chelan is at Brewster. Tonight at 7:30, it's Kashmir hosting Mount Spokane. On the boys' schedule tonight, it's 7:15 start time for Quincy at Wapato, Ephrata hosting Ellensburg, and Cascade at Omak. The 7:30 games have Wenatchee at Davis, Eastbourne hosting West Valley, Moses Lake in Sunnyside, Brewster's hosting Chelan, Liberty Bell at Manson, and Soap Lake visiting Waterville Mansfield. Coming up tomorrow in girls basketball, Entiat starts off the day with the Riverside Christian on the road at noon. Ephrata has a 3:30 start time at East Valley, while Quincy hosts Ellensburg. At 5:30, it's WF West at Kashmir. Wenatchee hosts Sunnyside, and Eastmont travels to Moses Lake. On the boys' courts Saturday, Entiat and Riverside Christian tip it up at 1:30. At 5, it's Ephrata at East Valley, and Quincy hosting Ellensburg. Then at 7:30, Wenatchee takes on Sunnyside, while the Wildcats are in Chief Country. The Wenatchee Wild will try to stretch its current 2-game winning streak with games tonight and tomorrow at the Town Toyota Center. Wenatchee's coming off thrilling wins over Salmon Arm and West Kelowna last weekend, providing Chris Clark his first 2 wins as head coach after taking over for Bliss Littler. The voice of the Wenatchee Wild, Art Eckers, says the biggest adjustment for the organization with the coaching switch is really just not having Bliss around.
It's just, to be honest, it's weird. It feels very weird to not have Bliss there. Just his presence, it throws a long shadow, and when he's around, everybody knows, you know. So it's weird not having him there. But that said, from an operational standpoint, I mean, I go to the office, my job duties don't change. Clarkie's duties don't change much. He's still running the same practice plans that have been in place and that he's been a part of for a long time. So from the players' aspect, they look at it, they don't see, other than Bliss's face not being there, the drills they're doing and the message that they're getting from the coaching staff doesn't really change.
After this weekend, the Wild don't play again until after the first of the year. Eckers says it's a good chance for the players to head home for a while.
You know, it's helpful for, you know, the body gets tired, obviously, so there's that part of it. But just, you know, mentally, you know, a lot of these guys, I mean, some of them have had family come in, but there's others that haven't seen family since August when they reported. And you know what I mean? We're talking about young men that are, you know, 16 to 20 years old, right? And, you know, you get homesick.
Sure, absolutely.
You're just like, you know what?
Yeah.
I want to sleep in my own bed. As great as our billet families are, and in some cases, they're really good, right? But, you know what? Sometimes it's like, you know what? I just want to have mom's cooking, sleep in my bed, pet my dog.
Play my video games.
Right, exactly.
Just chill for a
they
few
get
days,
that opportunity to go home. And it really, it's it's refreshing for heart, mind, and soul.
Wenatchee and Alberni Valley play tonight. Then it's Powell River and Wenatchee tomorrow. Both games start at 7:05. The Washington Huskies wrap up the Chris Peterson era tomorrow in Las Vegas. That's where the Dogs will face Peterson's former team, Boise State, in the Las Vegas Bowl. Kickoff at 4:30. You can watch that on ABC. And the Seahawks are home Sunday in their next-to-last regular season game. The 4-9-1 Arizona Cardinals come in to looking to wreck Seattle's plans to earn the number 1 seed in the NFC. The Seahawks are 11-3 and need to continue winning to earn a first-round bye in the playoffs and home field advantage. Kickoff at CenturyLink Field is at 1:25. You can watch it on Fox. That's sports news. I'm Eric Granstrom. Grant, back to you.
Thank you very much, Eric. And recapping tonight's top story, a Chelan County court settlement that would have paid back wages to thousands of migrant workers is on hold after a judge's order. Stamilt Ag Services was prepared to pay more than $80,000 to an estimated 4,300 Mexican H-2A workers employed as far back as 2015 for field tasks separate from orchard harvesting. But Columbia Legal Services, a nonprofit civil defense agency, says the settlement would exclude about 1,100 more workers who were not properly notified of that class action, in part due to an unreliable Mexican mail system. On Thursday, Superior Court Judge Leslie Allen refused to authorize the settlement, which would also have paid $93,000 in attorney's fees and administrative costs. No new settlement date has been scheduled. Now let's check in with Dan Kuntz for a look at what's coming up tomorrow morning on Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. Dan?
Thank you, Grant. Everybody go out and have a fantabulous weekend and then start your next week Monday morning right here on Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. Live in our very studio will be my friend Bonnie Orr. Whenever we have a solstice or an equinox, Bonnie drops by, pays me a visit, and we'll be talking with Bonnie Orr and all things winter gardening, because the winter solstice, of course, is on Saturday night. Plus everything else you're used to. Get your day started the local way, live here, Wake Up Wenatchee Valley on Monday morning. Have a great weekend. Grant, back to you.
Thank you, Dan, and have a great weekend. Before we let you go, lots of you traveling this weekend. Let's take another look at your Patriot Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling 7-day forecast to see what you can expect as you move in to the upcoming weekend. And we can expect some drying conditions, not so much in the next 24 to 48 hours. We will see rain showers. That will be tonight and once again into tomorrow. High temperatures for your Saturday. You see them right there at 40 degrees. We will begin a slow cool down as we get into the upcoming weekend. Travel won't be bad, especially on Sunday, mostly cloudy and mild and 37. And then our Christmas week, pretty dry. I know that's kind of a downer for some of you, hoping for a white Christmas. We may see some snow still around, but chances are we probably won't, with high temperatures by Christmas right around the freezing mark. And that's going to do it for our newscast tonight. For more on these stories and other news from around North Central Washington, you can find us on Facebook or our website at ncwlife.com. And remember, if you see news happening, we'd like to hear from you. You can send us an email at news@ncwlife.com or give us a call at 888-6295. I'm Grant Olson. Thanks for joining us, and have a great weekend.
The NCWLIFE your home for local news, local weather, and events including live local high school sports. Watch inspiring local shows featuring local people. Don't miss Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. Let's learn. Guada TV. Street Talk and other stuff. The 12th District. Life with Lisa. And the Arbiter of Stoke. NCWLIFE Channel is your local TV station.
Your ability to help real people in our local community gain skills through free job training programs has gotten a whole lot easier. Goodwill of the Columbia is proud to announce the opening of our new 20,000 square foot store on Columbia Center Boulevard in Kennewick. Designed with you in mind, shopping at and donating to Goodwill is now easier than ever. Shop, donate, be a job creator. Goodwill. There's more behind the new store on Columbia Center Boulevard in Kennewick.
When it comes to our community, you can count on Town Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram to be invested. From supporting community college scholarships through a concert series or participating in a local high school homecoming event, Town Chrysler has always put the community first. Buying local supports the jobs and programs you care about most. When it comes time to buy your next new or used car, SUV, or truck, remember, there's no reason to leave town.